From April 13th to April 24th, the bold and the beautiful could change everything. Secrets are cracking, tempers are exploding, and one shocking truth may destroy more than anyone expected. A manipulator is on the verge of being exposed. A fierce rivalry is about to turn dangerous. And one couple may be heading straight for heartbreak. The real shock is not the truth itself. It is the damage that comes after. The most important story in this preview may be Ivy's unraveling. For a while, Ivy has been able to keep control by staying one step ahead of everyone else. She manipulated the breakup between Elektra and Will, and for a time, that deception gave her power. But now the danger for Ivy is no longer the lie itself. It is the number of people who now know enough pieces of the truth to destroy her. Daphne appears to be one of the key pressure points. Spoilers indicate she will push Ivy to confess and argue that Elektra deserves the truth. That matters, because once someone inside the secret starts developing guilt, the scheme becomes unstable. And that instability may spread fast. Daphne also turns to Carter for advice, which suggests she may be struggling with whether staying silent makes her just as responsible. Then there is Melissa Dillon, who is headed toward what spoilers describe as a crushing choice. That phrasing feels important. A crushing choice is not just a plot move. It suggests emotional cost. It suggests that telling the truth may hurt someone she cares about, but staying silent may hurt even more. If Dillon finally confesses what she knows to Will, then Ivy may lose the last fragile layer of protection around her. And that is why Ivy's downfall could feel bigger than a standard soap reveal. Because this is not just about being caught. It is about being abandoned by the silence that protected her. At first glance, Will and RJ's office brawl may seem like the obvious young rival drama of the week. But spoilers strongly suggest this fight is about more than just Elektra. Yes, their feud turns physical in the CEO office, and Ridge has to remind RJ that personal issues do not belong at work. But the more revealing detail may be that RJ later admits where his animosity toward Will really comes from. That tells us the fight may not simply be romantic jealousy boiling over. It may be rooted in something deeper, more personal, and potentially more humiliating. That is what makes this confrontation more interesting. When soap characters start punching each other, the surface reason is often only half the story. The real drama comes when physical anger exposes emotional truth. If RJ has been carrying resentment that goes beyond Elektra, then this fight could change how other characters see him. It could also shift how Elektra sees both men. And Elektra is not staying passive in any of this. Spoilers say she gives Will an ultimatum, which means she may be done tolerating chaos, excuses, and emotional damage. That move could be critical. Because if Elektra stops reacting and starts setting terms, then suddenly Will is no longer just the wronged boyfriend. He becomes someone being tested. And that may be the turning point in whether this couple survives at all. While the younger crowd is dealing with betrayal and fallout, Brooke and Katie may be drifting toward a more mature but equally dangerous kind of conflict. Spoilers say Brooke fumes over Katie's business decision, and the issue seems tied to Katie's fashion event and the continued use of Eric's designs. On the surface, that sounds professional. But with Brooke and Katie, professional disagreements rarely stay professional for long. Family history always seeps in. That is why this story matters. This may not just be Brooke being upset over a decision. It may be Brooke feeling displaced. It may be about control, about legacy, about whether Katie is crossing a line that Brooke believes should never have been crossed. And the timing is interesting. Brooke is also nudging RJ to trust his heart. That suggests she may be emotionally invested in one battle while losing control of another. In classic soap fashion, the person trying to guide someone else often has their own blind spot growing at the exact same time. So Brooke may be entering one of those dangerous emotional zones where outrage, pride, and personal hurt begin to blur together. And when that happens, the next argument is never just an argument. It becomes a line in the sand. Once Elektra learns what Ivy really did, the truth may not feel freeing. It may feel devastating. Spoilers indicate Elektra pushes Ivy for answers about the missing letter and eventually gets confirmation that Ivy stole it to sabotage her relationship with Will. That means Elektra is not just learning she was deceived. She is learning that someone close to her actively manipulated her heartbreak. That kind of betrayal changes everything. It may not only destroy Elektra's trust in Ivy. It could also reshape her future at the company and in her personal life. There are hints that the fallout could threaten Ivy's place in the business and even end Elektra's jewelry partnership with her. If Elektra decides to cut Ivy off both emotionally and professionally, then this won't be a temporary family rift. It could become a full separation. And then comes the real emotional question. After all the lies are exposed, can Will and Elektra even find their way back? Sometimes the truth saves a couple. Sometimes it arrives too late. Moving into the week of April 20 to 24, Deacon and Taylor may finally get the chance to enjoy each other openly. But the spoilers make one thing very clear: peace around Sheila never stays peaceful for long. Published previews indicate Deacon and Taylor won't realize Sheila is still lingering in the background, and while she may avoid physical harm, she could still scheme to undermine their relationship emotionally. And honestly, that may be even more dangerous. A violent Sheila is obvious. A restrained Sheila is harder to predict. If she truly keeps her promise not to hurt anyone physically, that does not make her harmless. It just means her methods may become more psychological, more patient, more surgical. Instead of attacking Taylor directly, Sheila may try to weaken Deacon's certainty. She may try to create doubt, guilt, temptation, or confusion. And that kind of interference can be just as destructive. Because if Deacon starts wavering, even slightly, Taylor may sense it. And once doubt enters a new relationship, it does not need much space to grow. Over these next 2 weeks, from April 13 to April 24, the bold and the beautiful may deliver far more than a few heated confrontations. This may be the kind of stretch where one secret starts unraveling everything around it. A single confession could expose a manipulator and shatter the trust that kept certain relationships standing. One violent clash could bring deeper resentment to the surface and reveal that the anger between two people was never as simple as it seemed. A family conflict could grow so intense that it leaves damage no apology can easily fix. And a romance that seems safe on the outside may already be in far more danger than anyone realizes. Because on this show, the truth never arrives quietly. It does not just reveal what happened. It changes loyalties, breaks connections, and forces people to make choices they may not be able to take back. And the fallout from all of this may only be beginning.